5 minutes early, one day late. Let me tell you something. It's windy in here, and that's just the way we like it. It is abominable outside. Absolutely abominable. Probably 103, 104 right now. Meanwhile, inside, just absolutely pleasant if you've got low air blowing on your knees. 80 degrees, 63% humidity inside the building, which means we're getting a heat index. As long as we can keep some air swirling around. I moved the loud fan that everybody said. It sounds like there's a weird thing. I have a bunch of like element boxes stacked up. I wonder if I can see it via if I can untangle camera 2. Let me see. Yeah, okay. This is the state. Is this? Oh, my Stream Deck is off. Okay, hold on. Bear with me momentarily as I re-engage my Stream Deck, because is it really blowing on my knees? Yeah. I can. Okay, my capture device utility is not running, yet this is working. My Logitech G Hub is not running, but this is working. Audio would have sounded weird already, I have to assume. Okay, Stream Deck. We go to... nope, remind me later. Okay, now if I click back here, does it switch over? No, it does not. Okay. We fight every day with technology. Profile 1 is, I believe, what I want. Profile 1. Yeah, there we go. Now I can switch, like, cameras and whatnot. When are we getting a YouTube rant? Okay. How about right now? Right now. Okay, look, listen. All right, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling toward you about something else. I was unlawfully convicted of violating the YouTube firearms policy for showing a wooden cosplay prop with no trigger, no nothing. It was cut out of a scrap piece of a 2x6. And I got an email saying, we're taking that live stream down. And then they did. And it said, you can appeal if you want. And I was like, well, there are no firearms in this building, nor do I even own any. So clearly, I'm going to appeal that. Any set of human eyes would be able to determine that it's not real. And the response took about... I got the email that my content was restricted at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. And then fast forward Thursday at 6:08 p.m., I got my email saying, oh, turns out it's like for the baseball fans, they go to the video review and you can see clearly on the big screen the guy was the opposite of what the call was. If the call was out, he was safe. If the call was safe, he was out. And it's obvious. The 50,000 people in the stadium have seen it. All the players on the field have seen it. And then the camera cuts to the umpire, and the umpire goes, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out or the runner is safe. And everybody goes, boo. And that's exactly what I got at 6:08 p.m. on Thursday, which I think automatically triggers a 24-hour timeout. I got no warning. I got no strike. I got no email content saying that I was getting a warning or a strike or that anything was restricted in any way. I think it just automatically goes, boop, here you go. Automatically restricted for 24 hours. Because I tried last night at about, it was about 7:30. I just went to my dashboard. I clicked go live. And the window popped up. And I was like, well, there you go. There's YouTube being absolutely YouTube. And the funny, hey, BMF with With the five. We got to keep it alive, guys. I was just talking on the Discord like a day before about how there's a TikToker and she's a painter. She paints like handbags and jackets and stuff like that. And she does these really cool little hand-painted jobbies, right? Which she probably sells on like an Etsy. And she was talking about how because her videos are made of a lot of quick cuts, almost time-lapsey fashion of her doing these paintings, the TikTok auto system flagged her content as AI content because of all the quick cuts, right? She's a real person doing real things, but TikTok is even better because they don't warn you in advance. You don't have any opportunity. It just, if you get X number of strikes, which are doled out by an automated computer system, if you get enough strikes, your TikTok is demonetized. So before she knew what had even happened, her TikTok was demonetized. And do you know what you can do about it? Nothing. Kind of like what you can do if YouTube says, if YouTube goes, gun, and it's not, it's a piece of wood, it's too late. You're already tumbled into a system that is automatically going to have you streaming 24 hours later than you would ordinarily be streaming. So if we get even half the number of people that are normally here, amazing. It would be amazing. Thank you, Mr. Hurley, for the 5. We have a job today. I don't even know how long it's going to run. If we build this quick, it'll be quick. Otherwise, it's going to go probably about 3 hours or so, give or take. We will see. Have we ever streamed on a Saturday before? Did we do it once before? This might be the second Saturday stream. I don't know. We're building the Hurleyquin, and it is indeed Kokushobi, which is my new favorite Japanese word. Oh, but there are still tons of YouTube channels with nothing but guns. It's what their channel is about, so I don't get it. What is a violation of the firearms policy, as best as I can read, thank you, Mr. Hess, for the 5, we're keeping it alive, is this. If you do anything that sounds like instructions, this will violate the policy. Like, we're going to show you how to make an item that makes your object quieter. You see, I have to even watch what language I might use. I now understand why channels call them pew-pews and a person gets unalived. You literally can't say the words because it's not because we're trying to be politically correct. It's because the AI is combing all content looking for those words. So apparently what I said, which can never be found again because YouTube just, I call it as never was'd it interpreted something I said as an instruction, like a how to do something. And then it saw a picture of a thing that it interpreted to be something. And it was like, flag. Yes, because I explained woodworking, because I explained the process of cutting up a 2x6, it was like, and then that was it. Because then when AI number 2 was tasked to look at it, it said, oh, that does indeed look like the, that was it. Whoop, banned for a day. Couldn't even upload. And I don't think that a human eye ever saw it. I think it went from the first stage of the AI to the second stage of the AI. And as someone pointed out, yes, Thursday, I was in contact, I was on hold with or talking to various levels of tech support. I treated myself and I updated my watch. It looks exactly like the old watch. I had an Apple Watch Ultra. This is an Apple Watch Ultra 3. The battery life is no joke. It is at 59% right now. That's how it came out of the box. I haven't even put it on a charger since Thursday. So I am trying to get this connected to the internet, right? We're trying to get it to do all of the things that it did before. And if I go to settings, I've been elevated to tier 3 support from Verizon. And if we go to about, and if we go down to network and carrier, they are both not available. I've had this watch. I initiated the customer service process at 3 p.m. on Thursday. I was on the phone for 4 hours. This includes the necessary wading through of the bull hockey, which is, hi, I'm so-and-so, your AI assistant. And then you wade through that AI assistant to get to another AI assistant to get to another one. And then you're on the phone for just over 2 hours. It was probably about 2 hours and 15 minutes on the first time I was on the phone. And then all of a sudden, disconnected. So when you call back, you go directly, once again, into the AI hell. And you know how you get out of it? Here's a pro tip for any of you that have to call into Verizon. When the system invariably and inevitably disconnects you, you call back to the same number. I've almost memorized the IMEI number of my watch because I had to give it out so many times. When the AI answers the phone and he's like, so, can you give me an idea of what you need to do? You go like this. You go, agent, 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 and you don't stop. You don't stop. And then he'll elevate you to the next AI. And then when that AI gets on the line, you go, agent, 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 until eventually they will give you to an agent. It's somewhat like the people that don't want to place their order to the AI in the drive-through lane. So they go, I would like 50,000 tacos. And then it automatically just forwards it to a person because the AI doesn't know what to do with someone who wants 50,000 tacos. Caitlin Doughty got a video taken out for mentioning that a historical figure killed himself. How do you talk about history without giving the facts? There you go. There you go. They don't like it. I had a Facebook post that was a meme, obviously not real or fact stating, removed there by their fact checker for not being factual. Yeah. Yeah. Representative. I just went with agent. I'll pay more money a month just for you to start a Patreon. You know what? I'm gonna look into it. I looked into it before, but that was several years ago. Oh, Deluxe. Deluxe, come on. We got a little wiggity wongus on this one. Did I bend this one? Not quite perfectly true on that bend there. Pepperbox is also, you can yell Pepperbox? You can do a live on Discord. You can do live on Discord, but it's inscrutable. It is limited to 50 people. It's basically just like a voice chat, but I'm sharing my screen, is what it comes down to. You can get 50 people in it, and when people talk, your words come up right up here in this top corner, right over here, and then they just disappear. They just disappear. So it would be very difficult to try to keep track of anything. Now, Twitch is also an option, and unfortunately, my wife is far smarter than I. So her suggestion was like, because, she doesn't know. She doesn't watch Twitch. She goes, isn't there like some other Isn't there some other platform? In the back of my mind, I'm like, you know there is. You know there is. You just don't want to do it. And apparently, to stream on Twitch, you only need like X number of followers, and you have so maybe today, because my brain, yeah, no, Twitch is very restrictive on words and things. I believe it. Oh, I streamed on Kick. Yeah, there's another one. So I'm going to look into it. I will at the very least do that, because my brain is resetting. My brain is resetting, and it is obviously Friday. There's no chance that it's Saturday. Also, I hope you're ready for it, because I had to move stuff around. I had to reconfigure. There's 2 videos after this live stream. 2 videos. Yeah, apparently OBS will support it. Multi-streaming? Maybe, are they supposed to be like that? Because this one's got even more wangle to the dangle. Yeah, they're definitely turned on purpose. Because these 2 match. Yeah, we're back. We never should have been gone. Yeah, I think I think there's a left hand and a right hand, which is now going to force me to go look at mine. Yeah, this is what it comes down to. I will learn only that which is absolutely necessary. Never should have happened. 100% agreed. What am I building? This is Trucks of Friday moved to Saturday. This is TOS, Trucks of Saturday, brought to you by the TOS, the arbitrary terms of service where we have determined that you have done something wrong when in reality you have done nothing wrong. Yeah, they're a little flared out. Now, luckily, they appear symmetrical. It doesn't appear. Yeah, these are symmetrical. There's no fore nor aft, but they definitely have a little bit of to them. I'm not sure. It might matter because the attachment point at the axle is wider than the attachment point at the skid. We'll find out. I'm going to run out of links to use as a tool here momentarily. So this is Trucks of Saturday. I'm debating. Because I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. I treated yesterday as if the live stream was occurring. I was out here sweltering until 4 p.m., at which point I went in the house and the wife needed her vehicle picked up from getting its scheduled maintenance. And she said, "Are you going to go get your coffee drink?" And I said, "Why would I go get a coffee drink? I didn't do anything today." So I didn't. So maybe today. Maybe today. There is a live stream and 2 videos today. There are 2 videos tomorrow. There's 1 video on Monday. I think there's 3 videos on Tuesday. I might be able to calm it down to 2 videos on Tuesday. I can't. This is not sustainable. It's not sustainable in any aspect. And it's just a sweatbox in here. And by the way, I recorded 2 full videos this morning. And then thought, while I was finishing up recording, I was like, hey, I wonder if the people would be interested in watching a live stream today. So I kicked that off. What would you normally be doing today if live would have worked yesterday? Editing. I'd be editing. I would have filmed the 2 in the morning, because I try to film 2 on Saturday mornings. because I did a cabs this morning, and it came from the workbench. We got a commuter with a 5. We're keeping it alive, keeping it alive, keeping it alive. Mr. Hurley, you don't think people haven't told me to slow down? Do I know how to slow down? Like, what are my alternatives? There's 2 speeds. I am not analog. I'm digital. We're either full on or we're full off. My off day was completely destroyed because that was Thursday. So on my day off from making content, I thought, here's a great idea. Let's enjoy my new watch and try to get it. It's still, and as you saw, it's still not activated, and they're not going to get it activated. This will go on for days and days before they get it right. And I am going to attack them like a rabid spider monkey, because they are going to try to charge me an activation fee to activate a new device. I'm going to lose my mind. I am going to lose my mind. I'm going to make them prorate me because I've had no cellular on my watch for 3 days already. I'm going to prorate that. Oh, look. I have time. I'm in there anyway. I was playing Borderlands almost the entire time that I was on the phone with them. So, oh no, this isn't Apple. This isn't Apple at all. This is 1,000% Verizon. And I am pretty sure that I already know what it is. Our account is so old that we are on a plan that you can no longer get. And I think if you take anything off or put anything on, it just breaks the whole system. So here we go. It's gonna be fun. And Spectrum just raised their prices for internet service by $10, just because. And that one I can't be mad about because I knew it was coming. We had a scheduled outage. They did it in the middle of the night. And they said, now enjoy new higher speeds. And I was like, well, that's going to cost more. They're definitely raising the rates. Mr. Hurley, you are correct and incorrect all at once. Because you could make an argument that Verizon sucks, but guess what? They all suck. There's no such thing as a cellular provider that you want. Could be T-Mobile is sending notices they will no longer honor some old plans. Yeah. Sprectum. Truth. Good old Sprectum. And the thing is, they're it. We have no other options here. Because there's no fiber in our neighborhood. There's no fiber here. By internet standards, this is an ancient neighborhood. Most of the our house was built in 1925, but the houses across the street were built in the late 80s. So there's no fiber here. So we get what we get. An alternative would be, hey, you could switch over to who is it? AT&T? Who's local to us? I think it's AT&T. They're still doing DSL. It's like 1.5 megabit. We're on gig. We had the gig upgrade. I get 987 down. And they're like, how about 1.5? I hear your Formula One was $89 a year until this year when they accepted Apple TV's bid, and now have the privilege of paying over $150 in the honor of commercials. Ugh. I've had decent luck with Verizon having service where others don't, considering trying the T-Mobile Starlink to fill spots where Verizon isn't. The only reason we're on Verizon is that. Because we are, I'm the 3G, I'm from the 3G era. I'm from before 4G, and now it's all 5G LTE unlimited ultra, right? There were places, we were on AT&T before we were on Verizon, and I can tell you that objectively, Verizon is better than AT&T. AT&T was terrible. Like, you would just go to 0 bars in, like, downtown of a city of 250,000 people. Can't even open an email, can't send a text message. It was like having no phone at all. So we went to Verizon, and with Verizon, what you do is you get to watch your bill slowly get larger every month. You pay off all your devices, and your bill goes up a little. And then they're like, actually, we're going to have to raise this. Like, you're not paying enough for that thing that you're paying, so we're going to have to raise that. We pay, on our plan, I think the total is $50 in just fees and surcharges. Which, if you can think of a thing that sounds more criminal than that, I don't know, let me know, because I can't think of what it is. I use TracFone, which is now owned by Verizon. I live in the country, and it's pretty good. Oh, okay, all right. So, Verizon tech support it ranges between it's barely working and it's horrible. This is when I was trying to explain to Mr. Hurley about cell phone carriers. It doesn't matter. Wherever you live, there's going to be one that is somewhat better than the others. Why is my frame rate seem so low? And then there's going to be another one that's just terrible. T-Mobile locally was so bad for a buddy of mine, he actually got out of his contract. They could not provide him the minimum government-mandated level of service, and they let him out of his contract. That's how bad it was. So, they're all terrible. They're all terrible. And as long as $10 for Xfinity. Listen, Mr. Hurley, you're sounding like a European right now, and I don't like to hear about $10 internet. I pay $120 a month for internet access. 120. And what should make you all stay as far as humanly possible away from California is this. If we were to count internet as a utility, it's my cheapest utility. My forecast electric bill for this month is going to be north of $800. And yet, in their cruel, how do we categorize this cruelty of Southern California Edison, where they send me emails almost daily giving me hints on how to reduce my usage. And I'm like, I wish you had a face so that I could punch it. Because reduce my usage. Reduce my usage. I have swamp coolers, man. I have evaporative cooling. We don't own an air conditioner. Every light bulb I own is LED. You want me to reduce my usage? I want to go full Tyler Durden, is what I want to do. Every year, they build more solar panels. Every year, they raise our rates. What's worse, no electricity or no water? Well, don't get me started on the East Valley Water District, where if you are not home, if you are on vacation for 1 calendar month, you go to Costa Rica, your water bill will be about $90. Bam! That's what that is like. Stay away from California, everybody. It's not worth it. I feel you. In the UK, some of the highest energy prices on the planet. Yeah, and you're on an island. That's even worse. I'm just, the one thing we have going for us is that here, water and electricity are not the same company. Heat pump ACs are so efficient. You can't do it here. I don't like, I've never heard of, I guess, well, okay, for whatever reason, nobody's doing that here. There's a lot of mini splits going in. You hear about a lot of mini splits, which are just conventional air conditioners cut in half. Oh, yeah, Mr. Hurley, you would never catch me in anywhere in the South or the Mid-South. It would actually physically kill a Californian. Like, our humidity is higher than usual this time of year, and it's absolutely murdering me. It's physically killing me. I need 16% relative humidity. I don't even understand how you people survive. Truly. And I said it too, you people. Mini split is an air-to-air heat pump. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so it's probably going to get it cooler, but it absolutely will not be cheaper. Like, a mini split is less electricity usage than a conventional, roof mount or something on the ground. But the swamp cooler that's pumping air into this building right now has a 8th horse motor in it. So it has the pump, which would probably be about 35 watts, and it has the blower, which is 100, so it's using 135 watts of power right now. It's consuming probably less power than anything else. The little Vornado fan that's over there is probably pulling down equivalent wattage. So, as I said, using swamp coolers and not having anything resembling real air conditioning, we still have an $800 electric bill because I think generation is up to 43 cents a kilowatt hour. Fly begone! Oh man, I should get one of those. Bug assault. If you open the door for 2 seconds, giant flies come in. 75, 60%, 65% humidity. That'd be great. I'm at 81.63, so I am in Virginia right now. I don't like it. Don't like it. But as long as we keep the air moving, I will survive. 8mm opening. It's a 7.5. It's a 7.5. We're supposed to go to 34C. That sounds like a lot. I don't know if we use any of these. I'll keep a couple of them out. Have you thought about chipping ice off Halley's Comet and dropping it into the ocean? Well, I am now. Oh, my new favorite thing. Look at these big dogs. Look at these big old guys. I got those ice cube trays that are like not specifically for, but specifically for hydration packs. I don't want to stick my filthy fingers in there. It makes like king size Snicker bar sized ices, even with the temperatures that we have right now. 6 hours out of 2 cubes. So good. Well, 2 bars. Gotta stay hydrated. Hail hydrate. Okay. What we're gonna do is, okay, we can't keep it out of frame. It just looks like normal ice cubes. These are normal. They're like 5 inches long, like 1 inch by 1 inch by 5. It's a chunk of ice. Okay, I can't bear the lead any longer. The anarchist. So this is what I haven't decided. I'm going to go all over the place. We're bouncing all day, everybody. We are building another anarchist. This anarchist already has a home. It's not here. This is going to humid Virginia. It's going to the 3rd floor of a house with a metal roof and no shade. This is the Hurleyquin. It's in the title. We're building it. And this is a 3-way collaboration. Another triumvirate between myself, you lot, whenever people are dropping gift memberships and sending in money, that's how stuff like this happens. And the third point of that triangle is Punks 3D, because they were kind enough to give me a deal, right? They gave me the cut deal, and they seemed as excited as I was to do this, which is that is the left-hand chassis rail, and this is the right-hand chassis rail. So you can already see where we're going, baby, right? If you're going to do anything out of the kindness of your heart, it should have a little bit of meanness in it. And Mr. Hurley is always miscoloring colors, so he gets what he gets, which is the Hurleyquin. Oh, but there's more. And you've seen the, as he would call it, green gearbox. Yeah, this is gonna go together on the pretty quick. I'm telling you, I got the little R2D2. Okay, let me see. I don't know if this has enough cord or cable. No, it doesn't. I have an R2D2. The only way I can show it to you is take a picture of it. Okay. So, wedged down over there is this little fella. This little fella. I pour water in with that jug and it fills up with water. And it's a tiny little swamp cooler, right? And that thing is what is blowing on the back of my knees, and it's what's keeping me alive. It's what's keeping the whole machine operating. Yes, the description of Mr. Hurley's vision is brown and green chassis rails. Perfect. And here's the best part. We can tell him whatever we want. We can be like, actually, they're this and that. This needs 10s. And he will be none the wiser. If he is indeed colorblind, and he's not just playing some sort of long-term, inexplicable prank on us. Oh, I also have a bin. It's a 10. Oh! Also, I've taken a small step towards less fatigue, and I got these incredibly heavy. Oh, I have a strip of it. I have a strip of it. So, ordinarily, I'm just standing on one of those little Costco microfibers. Underneath that Costco microfiber is these rubber mats, which have that little, they got the little Karuga. It's so good. It's what do they call them? Anti-fatigue, but they don't move because there's two of them slightly cut to fit right under my feet, and each one probably weighs 70 pounds. They do not move. So it's nice. It's like I'm standing on a little springy floor. I was wearing a spot in the hardwood flooring under my feet. I'm hoping it don't rain till this is over so I can cut the back 40. It's hot in Bama today. The man in Tennessee says it's rained every day for like 2 months. Almost like horse mats. I don't know what a horse mat is, but I will take your word for it. Is this going to be too short? Do these need to be 12s? These need to be 14s. That's good. I got a lot of 14s. So the folks at Punks were a little on the slower side to get me the stuff sent, but I'm not going to complain about it because I did ask for a very specific array of things. I was like, could you send me mismatched chassis rails? Because there's a colorblind dude and I'm going to build him a rig, but it needs to have like a line cooks and bartenders use those mats. Yeah, we had similar. Okay, that did not seem like it held at all because I didn't tighten it down all the way. Get everything lined up here. Did they say you're crazy? No, they were into it. Because I was like, there's this dude, right? There's a guy. And he's colorblind as hell. Look at that. Yeah. Just wait. Just wait. I'm keeping it. I'm hiding it. When we get there, you won't even be able to comprehend how good this is going to get. The Hurleyquin is going to be amazing. It has the spacer. I took apart Goldie and just I just cloned the move it over. Zoku is a top-tier gentleman. He is. I'm in Santa Clarita right now, and it says it's 108. Oy, oy, oy. Whew. We are in this. We're getting the heat dome, right? We kind of knew, we had to know this was coming, right? Because through the middle of June, early June through mid-June, that heat dome was over there just roasting back east, and it was like 85 here. And ordinarily, it's not. I doubt that we're any degrees above normal today. We're in an extreme heat environment. Oh, it claims plus 10. It claims today we're plus 10. I don't know about that. It's always like this. It's this hellscape this time of year. It's the added humidity that I can really genuinely do without. Oh man. You know what? We're going to cheat. I mean, I guess it's not actually cheating. Okay, upper. Rearmost upper. And I did use broached in the front, but it doesn't need it. It just needs like 7s. So on the back of these, we need 7s. 8278. I got 8163 indoors. Take that into account. I mean inside. Outside, I don't know. I don't want to go out there. It's worse. 117 at the Phoenix airport yesterday. Hell yeah. Meanwhile, if the man from Tennessee is here, he could tell you. Oh, he's here. He was here earlier. He could tell you that it's rained every day for like 2026. It rains every day. We won't see rain again for a good long while. You know what this is going to do? This is going to work out. This is going to work out. We're going to get this. Because we have advantages. We've already built one. We've already built 2. Virginia had over 100%, 100 degrees with humidity, 80 to 90%. Oof. It'd kill us. It'd kill us all. Raining several times a day. We have we have nothing to compare that to. Raining more than once in a day is insane. That doesn't seem possible. I don't think it has ever, if I sat down and tried to think of a time where, say, it rained in the morning, then cleared up, and then rained again in the evening, it doesn't do that here. It rains for X amount of time, and then the rain is over. I can't think of a time where it's rained more than 3 consecutive days here. It'll take a day off. Well, it is the desert. We're only allowed to get 20. Is Murfreesboro in Tennessee? I'm only remembering that because of Strong Bad. Murfreesboro. These are the places I think of when people refuse to believe that Rancho Cucamonga, California is a place. Chattanooga. Yeah, Chattanooga is real. But they're like, I don't know if I drilled that hole or not. Nope, I didn't. Are those out to in? Those are in to out. Noise. We're doing it. We're doing it. What are we doing? No one knows. Yeah, Rancho is definitely real. Whether you want it to be or not. How close is that? Could get away with 7s. We should probably just do 7.5s. So will this be Bird in Hand is a real town? That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. I think it goes like that. I think I might have figured out the insanity of the weird double bendy. I just need to get them lined up. Yeah. How does the chaos agent feel about the weather? My wife doesn't like weather. It's either too hot or too cold. At all times, presumably. That's just how it is. I've been impressed with those Enduro Mavericks that are in frost. They don't do bad at all. No, especially if you're in that category of $30. There's tires that a set are $30, and then there's tires that a set are more than that. And in the category of sub 30, they're very good. And Mavericks, and to some extent, Mias MX6 pins are great choices because they're going to work. Near Nashboro is Murfreesboro. Considering improvements that are made in tires and FOC, where do you think there's room for iteration improvement in the crawler world? What we need to do. I don't think there's a new geometry out there looking to be found. I think a lot of it, particularly in power systems, a lot of it is getting into this just iterative improvements in which things get marginally better, right? Look at an old. Well, I mean, I have them. I think I have two in the drawer. Do I? Yeah. And this is just Hobbywing over a fairly short period of time. This is, you'd think it was a pro when you first saw it. No. This is what I call a classic or a legacy fusion. These are the original Hobbywing fusions. That's an 1800 in the 540 spec. They're like 68 millimeters long. and then we compare that to an Elite. And this is where we're going. This is exactly where we're going. They're just going to keep getting smaller and smaller. And imagine, if you will, because still sitting in a box right over here, right behind me, there is this thing. Imagine if Hobbywing turned their eyes towards the Furitech Unity and they made a fusion Outrunner combo, this brain, but an Outrunner. So it looks just like this, but part of it spins, right? You know how Hobbywing would do it. The middle part would spin. Like it'd be an Outrunner, but only in the middle, and then it would just bolt on conventionally. The torque would be drive shaft snapping. What I would hope to see, if nothing else, smaller, better materials. I would like to see cheaper, drive the costs down. But in terms of innovation, I mean, some of the best tires that have ever been made were made 10 plus years ago. Axle that has a motor on each corner would be cool, like your Outrunners, the rim. Somebody did that. Somebody did it. The problem is gear reduction. Outrunners on their own, they create quite a lot of torque for their size, but they don't create quite a lot of torque. It's like titanium is stronger than steel by weight. So you can make the part smaller and thinner out of titanium to match the strength of steel. Titanium is not stronger than steel unless you use significantly more of the titanium. So things getting like the more torque, oh, this has more torque in it. For something of its size, a Johnson 550 brushed motor is probably still going to create more actual torque at the output shaft. So we will see these increases, these gradual increases. But like, what else can we do? We've got lockers, we've got 2-speed gearboxes, we've got dig and variable overdrive and portals of all various styles with no standardization at all. Everything is its own ecosystem. I don't know where there is to go. I mean, some new form of clipless to hold your body on. And if you notice, no clipless system is similar to any other clipless system. They're all their very own thing. So in one way, we're moving backwards because it's getting more bespoke. Yeah, Velcro plus magnets is the best. That's true universal. I know people like the convenience. Look at this. Haven't used pins in 15 years? I use pins today. You can't beat them. That's the thing. For simplicity, ease of use, the pins effectively don't wear out. This is probably a tall question, but I bought a set of stance rails that I want to build a budget rock crawler with. How would you build it using them rails? Oh, Scale City, where have you been? We've done that numerous times. Okay, so it is VRD rails, but, you know, it's the same thing. You're going to have one hick-em-up. You're going to have one hick-em-up, and that hick-em-up is this. The spacing on the skid is a little bit different on the stance than it is on basically anything else. They pick their own spacing. That is why you'll notice, so these are just like your stance rails, but these are VRD rails, same exact geometry. I drill these holes out to 4 millimeters, and that's basically what'll bring them together, right? And then I use the big washers. You can use any skid at that point. I made my own skid, which was actually a copy of the skid that was in here before, right? Last Creations is pretty much laying it down. You don't even have to do Mias portals. You can do Mias nylon straights, which would be a little more. The portals will be cheaper. You can get any of the gearboxes. Any gearbox that lists itself as a portal gearbox, don't get that unless you get the Mias portals. If you go with straight axles, get a 4-to-1 reduction gearbox. You mount the servo on the axle. This thing weighs 3.997 pounds. You already have the rails. If you go Mias nylons, that's like $80. Put whatever shock you like. I would say 2 mods is probably the best way to go in terms of bang for your buck. A gearbox is going to cost you like $30. You don't need to run a Stumpy. I'm running one because I wanted the absolute lighter weight of it. But as you can see, there's basically enough room to run whatever. The biggest cost of doing something Vanquish-based is putting a Vanquish gearbox in it. If you don't need to run a VFD or a twin, you're going to save a lot of money. Because you can buy your transmission, your motor, and your speed and your ESC for less than the cost of just the gearbox. Like this. Like this is a $27 gearbox, and it's fitted to the combo is like $90. So that's $120, which is what a VFD costs. So you can do the running tally of what this thing would cost to build from the ground up fairly easily. I think these are 7s at the top. No, they're 7.5s. 7.5s all around? 7.5. But I've made a little pile. Now, if the universe is kind and considerate, these links should be the absolute right length. I'm just building something that I've built before. Here's hoping. Yeah, messing with your head. That's why we're here. I'm confused too. My brain is now reprogrammed. If my wife stays home on a day when she's supposed to be in the office, my brain automatically erases that day from existence. And it's now, we've either sprung forward a day or moved backwards a day. Okay. All right. This will be great. I've almost finished Fargo. I'm on season 5 of Fargo. If you have been considering at all watching Fargo, the series, honestly, you could watch the 2 first seasons and you'd be good. Season 1 and season 2. Season 1 and season 2 feel like the movie and the sequel. Like they were meant to be seen together. Season 3 was okay. Season 4 was largely forgettable. Season 5, Juno Temple is good. And John Hamm makes you hate him. So it's working well in that aspect, but it's not, this is one of those instances where the ability to binge real fast doesn't exactly pay off. Because if you had to watch them years and years apart, you would have forgotten. But I finish the finale of one season and then just start watching the next one immediately. I remember in old vids you'd say things like, ownership has told me I reached my RC quota for the day. Does that still happen? Nope. She just... It's full laissez-faire out here. I think she forgets I exist a lot of the time. After the live stream debacle yesterday, they were going out to dinner at like a steakhouse, and she said, "Do you want to go?" And then she looked at me and she went, "You don't want to go." And and that's how you know we've been together for a while. And then she got home, and I said, "So what did you think of it?" And she went, "Eh." So nothing was missed. I watched Fargo, I played Borderlands, and I ate something. That's how memorable it was. I think I had a salad. Hey, Jimbo with the 10! And he got somebody that's entirely in a writing that I can't read. Hello. Oh, I need to ask. It's been a couple weeks. Are you a Costa Rican yet? Do you live in Costa Rica now? We're just waiting for him to move to Costa Rica. It's inevitable. He's moving to Costa Rica. He makes me want to move to Costa Rica. Not yet. You got to get on it, man. I think about the pictures that you sent from when we were on vacation. I was like, why would you leave? Why would you leave? I'm not saying that I'm moving to Costa Rica, but I'm saying it looks nice. We're cruising. We cruising. Costa Rica is humid. Costa Rica is humid. But it looks beautiful. And everything is cheap. Especially compared to here. I know I should have stayed. So he's still thinking about it too. Delta Dan, you're not late. You're right on time. A wizard is never early nor late. He is there exactly when he needs to be. We know why we're here. We're here for the Hurleyquin because Mr. Hurley said he didn't know what it was like. He don't know what it's like to have the line killer. So we are here to convert that. He's gonna find out. He's never had that one. So what we will not get to today, because I am not magic, is fitting the body. I'm not sure this gentleman will get a ghost ride. I'd love to live anywhere but California, but my stakes are so deep. Yeah, I feel it. I feel that. You don't remember saying that? All right, it's up for grabs then. Mr. Hurley said he doesn't want it, so we're gonna have to find someone who is similarly colorblind, so they can have this. Charles, a man with a big beard. Yeah, man with a big beard. Because he said he doesn't remember saying that he doesn't know what it's like to have a line killer, which is the moment that this whole thing crystallized in my mind. So if it crystallized in my mind incorrectly, we won't hold you. We won't make you take it. You don't have to, you know? You can opt to put it into the giveaway loop, and it'll go as a giveaway. It'll be the highest cash value giveaway that I think we've ever done. How's my beard going? So, Stunod, I think the silver gray color scheme looks great. Aaron Schmidt is colorblind but likes ice cream. I operated under a misconception, which is that beards are just there, right? You don't have to do anything. You just let hair grow out of your face, and then you're good. So now I have like beard shampoo and stuff because my beard doesn't grow long. It grows wide. So I grow a big insano beard really fast. So then I cut it shorter, and then I spend months trying to get it to be longer. Now, to be fair, Mr. Hurley saying he doesn't remember saying something is 1,000% on brand. Because he has in the past confessed to not knowing what day his birthday is. So I absolutely believe it if he says, I don't remember saying that. Any opportunity I get to institute some more color into this thing, I'm doing it. It's probably like a 20. I think I use 20s for shock tops all the time. I threatened to cut off my goatee, and my son said he would never talk to me again. My face hasn't seen a razor in at least a decade. Yeah. My beard has been on here over a decade. To the point where the wife stopped griping about it. That's how you know you've won. She stops bringing it up. I have to look. He just said, with no sense of irony, I have to look at my driver's license to know when my birthday is. That's crazy. Hey, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad to be back. No more cosplay props in the live streams, no matter how proud of them I am. I think every wife prefers clean shaven, even if they don't admit it. But as my wife has often said, and I paraphrase, it's not fair. Beards are like cosmetic surgery for men. And I was like, it's true. If we've got a double chin, if you're rocking the double chin, grow a beard. Double chin going. It's just like if your car is making a funny noise, clearly you haven't turned your stereo up loud enough. Give me Axe on YouTube. What was all about that prop? Violated the firearms policy. And I read the firearms policy front to back and back to front, and I could find no point at which it stated that I had actually violated anything. I've got my beard out about 6 or 7 inches long. My girlfriend talked me into trimming it. They will. No wives, girlfriend only. That way if she complains, I can just get a new one. We are definitely turning in different circles. My wife and I have been together for 37 years. A friend of mine's wife can grow a heck of a beard. I feel like I don't want to know more, and at the same time, I desperately want to know more. Let's get it buttoned up a little more before you start pushing on it, idiot. I shaved my beard once and the wife left me. Oh. My wife said if I shave my beard off, she'll shave her head. I mean, that's a bluff you kind of almost want to call it. Got a correction from last week's live stream. Samuel L. Jackson was not in the core. It was Delroy Lindo. Oh my God. Are we Mandelaing? Like, I remember it. Now I see it. But my brain had it as Samuel L. Jackson. It was indeed Delroy Lindo. Huh. Have you tested the Reef's double dig box? No. No. I don't typically spend as much on a gearbox as I would on 2 pairs of axles. $200 for a gearbox is crazy town. Is crazy town. You know what? I think I need to watch the core again. Like, I can hear Delroy Lindo's voice now. Why did I think it was Samuel L. Jackson? You know what's funny? I can't remember anyone else that was in the core, but there's a blonde guy. I think he's in it. Can't remember his name. I think I should subject myself to watching the core. It won't be today. We've got a bunch of movies. I'll send you a Reef's dual dig for testing if you want. Yikes. You're a wild man. $200 gearboxes. I was looking at the Red Cat Lowrider, and the transmission in the Lowrider looks just like the one in there. Oh, it's gone now. It's got both servos also. Oh, well then that's even better. So you spent $300 on a double dig gearbox and 2 sub 49s. Someone did a quick mod to the rear plate and put a dig on the Vertex 10W. Not really. Deviate Customs made an adapter plate for the back of the gearbox in the Reefs. but that gearbox is to adapt to the deluxe mini dig, which is $100 plus the servo. So it will cost you about $200 to put dig in your Vertex. No way. Aaron Eckhart, that's who I was thinking of. Hilary Swank, GJ Quall, Stanley Tucci. Yeah, what a wild movie. Because I think these shocks, I think these are 95s. I just fresh rebuilt these. We might have to go forward a little bit. We'll go for right there. Also, by the way, I would like to point out that we have nothing that builds a vehicle here yet. So this is an absolute flyweight. This weighs nothing. Here's our front guy. DS servo. Now, the BEC in our buddy, the 70 amp, is going to be the slightest bit anemic for that DS45. But you know what you can't have? You can't have everything. As my mother used to say when I was very young, you can't have everything. Where would you put it? So that's where we are here. The servo budget, and the servo budget was not there. So, Consuela had me locked down for a while, no sunlight, no internet. Finally, he admits it. Finally, the Consuela allegations have come to light. We knew it all along. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Let's see. How tough is he? Yeah, that one's in. There we go. Oh, this one's a little tough. Oh, I can't get that one. Oh, that just hurts. Got the thumb venti going. Yeah. He's like young, and he has like responsibilities. I'm officially working at L'Oreal after my internship, and he bought a Mustang, which is really something that someone in their early 20s does. He bought a Mustang in Europe. Try to parse that as well as you can. Could you show how the rear links sit at full droop with the chassis level? Still trying to determine how the rear links go. So what I did is, this is my simple method. Go off of this. You want the link to follow the skid. If you flip them around the other way, this is too steep. It's like up like that. So it gives you a little rocker spot to fall into. So I just try to go like that. And then I put a decent amount of kick into this, trying to keep the drive shaft, because I'm not running an intermediate, because the output is way too low. It outputs it way down here. We just do single drive shaft, and it should be this one right here, because this is just a copy of the one that I'm running. It doesn't get better than just rebuilding. I did find on Amazon, there's some seller that is doing ridiculous drive shafts. I think their longest one is, okay, there's an E-clip on the back of this. It's not allowing this to see. Nope. We're going to have to hit the grinder. Yeah, that is not, unless I can move this collar forward. I can move the collar forward. Always test for the easiest thing first. That's me reminding myself. Is the Anarchist chassis your current go-to or favorite? Well, here's what I like about it. It is fully a la carte, right? So we pick just what we want. The geometry is very good. And compared to any and all other things, this is suitably inexpensive. $115 for the chassis set, $100 for axles, $120 for a powertrain. This is basically, when we're done with this, building this will cost about the same as a Vertex. Particularly if we were talking 10W. This, when it's RTR, will be below an RTR 10W. Probably between $100 and $150 lower. So, yes, and also, as Stunot says, the 10 Pro destroyed it in the Invitational, and it's $20 for rails. Yeah, and the only part of it, of that one, that is 10 Pro is the rails. Those are 100% Amazon sourced from parts 10 Pro axles. Like you buy the Mia centers, and then you buy the brass tubes, and then you buy the C-hubs, and you buy the knuckles. And realistically, you could just put a pair of these AR-44 width on it, and it would basically do the same thing. That's what my set of rails, which I've now put away in a box, the next 10 Pro build, the one that's going to be a Class 1.5, is just being built on AR-44 width Mias nylons. You should have let Mr. Hurley pick the shot color. I wouldn't know what he meant, though. Have I missed something really important in the Canyon? I need a quick update. We build stuff. You were here after the wife started trailing with me, I'm assuming, if memory serves. So that wouldn't be new. I don't know. I've watched a couple of videos about the latest Canyon tournament, but that's it, so I'm pretty lost. You've missed a lot of Red Cat rants. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Since 6.7 for 67 joules. Man, I missed it. I wish I was looking over there. Also, thank Del Rosa. I always see it as Del Rosa. Thank you, Del Rosa, for the 5. We're keeping it alive. One more 5, we're keeping it alive. I was here when the wife started trailing. Yeah, we're doing more of that. We go to places. We're doing the Invitational. We've fully embraced Crawler Canyon Class 1.5. There's more new tires out than you could possibly imagine. I do indeed have to take this over to the sander and take like 0.5 millimeter off of that. Keep yourself busy. Don't say too much. I won't be able to catch up. I don't know if anybody's told you about this, but when you feed this into a disc sander, it gets really hot, like really fast. That looks like enough. A little custom modification. Remember to get. I know how to log into the website. I don't remember anything about the back-end management part. It's not enough. It's not enough. No 2 gearboxes alike. This thing needs a much longer drive shaft optimally, and I did not dip this in water, so it is very, very hot. This is about the longest you can get, typically. Bosch. This still has somewhere around 30 millimeters of drive shaft engagement, so I'm not worried about it when it comes to that. I just finished putting spares in the double shear on my Renault Capra axles, only to realize I put one spring upside down and one spring up and one spring down. Nice. Do you want me to lie and say I've never done that? Or just cop to it? Yeah, we're a bit below. Oh, let me guess. Yeah. We have to change these two rod ends. Don't let me forget. We have to change those two rod ends to rock it back just that little bit more. And I used 2 element. I wasn't looking closely enough. Anarchist chassis or Mias Gold Rush chassis? I mean, well, here's the thing. The Gold Rush at 140 gets you an FMM and a transfer case. So you're a little ahead there. It also gives you the options to run chassis mounted steering or servo and axle. This doesn't. So it really depends. I don't think you can build a Gold Rush as light as you can make one of these. I don't think you can. I don't think you can do it. So it really has to. What do you want? Like, what do you want to build? Right. This is going to have way more breakover. This is going to have what? I mean, look at it on the back. This is going to have way. You can see why we got to rotate that. This is going to have significantly more breakover than a Gold Rush. It's going to be much lighter than a Gold Rush. You have, I would say the axle options are pretty much the same. You could absolutely fit this axle to a Gold Rush, no problem. I did some numbers for the Vertex axles if you wanted to build. A front motor mount with an Amazon 1-to-1.2 would put you right near the crazy non-reduction number required. Yeah. And on that front motor mount, you'd need to run like next to nothing. You know, like 3-to-1. Maybe 3.5-to-1. They should have called it the Icarus, because I feel like they flew too close to the sun. I'm the guy that harps all day long about more gear reduction, but more gear reduction in the gearbox would be great. You will never see a straight axled Vertex, because if you straight axle it, you have like a 17-to-1 final. I think we got a wide boy. I think we got a wide boy. 751. It's just fighting me all the way. The last set of axles I was putting together were Mias Capras, and this is a lot easier. Still don't think it would keep up with the punks due to breakover and skid angle. Yeah, I mean, the Gold Rush is nice, right? And it's straightforward. I do categorize it a little bit as generic flat rail build, just like the Endura, the INC60, IRC60, INC60. It's kind of generic. Doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's not set up in any kind of a specific way. Is it going to be class 2 or class 3? This will be C2 because you're getting 475s. If you decided that you wanted to go LPs, you absolutely could. But as outfitted currently, 475s. So this will be a C2. This will be just like mine, because these are 475 razor wires. So it's going to be basically this. Only I didn't have to put giant spacers under your servo because it's a half height. I drove my mom's auto BMW for a couple of years, but zero manual practice since I got my driver's license 2 years ago. I didn't get a manual. I did not purchase a car with a non-manual gearbox until I was 48 years old. That's when I got my first automatic. Only because they didn't offer it. Like, if it was offered as a manual, I'd still have one. I'd probably regret it, but I would have it. That's nearly perfect. That's nearly perfect. I must have not have done any linkery. That has to get flipped upside down. It just makes it. Just makes it. I was curious, skeptically curious about that horn, but it looks like it's going to do the do. I have never owned an automatic and only driven auto a few times. I'll tell you this, it is a lot easier. I think it's too late, right? It's probably too late, but and I like the government to stay out of my business. But at the same time, if the government said, we are instituting a program here in the United States that is similar to the K-car system in Japan, where if you are under the age of 25, your car is capped at, say, 100 horsepower? We can't do 63. You'll get murdered by a Rivian. Say 100 horsepower and has to have a manual transmission. The world would be a safer and better place, because if you learn to drive on a manual transmission, I don't think this is a hot take. I don't think this is an opinion. I think it makes you a better driver. If you have to use both hands and both feet to operate a motor vehicle, it kind of takes away your ability to get distracted by stuff. Yeah, but Mr. Truitt is 100% right. Once you're over 50, you don't have to shift anymore. Just let the car do it. And it truly is the riding a bicycle. Once you've driven manual, you like, I don't think you can forget how. I would love a K car with 100 horse, right? Because then see, they can make these hot little, a VW Polo with 100 horsepower in it. That's a thing the Americans would do. The 63 horsepower limitation is great for Japan, but I don't think you could do it here. I think you would honestly get people killed, because you'd be trying to merge onto the freeway, and like I said, a Rivian would be flying up behind you at 75 miles an hour, and he's 3 of your car. Where are we at? I'm gonna go ahead and auto correct on this one, and we'll go back one hole. Yeah, a K car on a 100 horsepower would be pretty brisk. I basically started off in a K car. I had a Ford Festiva, which in the International was a Mazda something or other. And it had a 4-speed manual. It was carbureted, and it produced 58 horsepower. That car was great. 12-inch wheels. The interstate should be a privilege, not an open free game. 1,000%. I was 58 before getting an auto, and I've had 2 years, and I still try to change down gears when approaching a junction. I still reach. Even though there's nothing there. But, that said, on the times when I have to drive my wife's car somewhere, her Corolla Hybrid, it's great. It's great. I don't mind all the little digital aids. I don't care. When you have to drive in traffic to a place you don't want to go to, a car that takes care of a bunch of the stuff is great. I don't care how capable that thing is. That has got to be the ugliest collection of parts color-wise I've seen. Like a mall crawler looks better. Oh man, you haven't seen nothing. You're still in the early stages of this, my man. Things are only going to get better. We've almost built this, by the way. What are we? Hour and a half. Now, I did my pre-work, you know. Get the servo mounted on the axle. We don't know if it's centered. So we got to pull that horn. That droop looks great. Very good. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna murder, dude. Let me tell you what, dude. Let me tell you what, dude. We all agree that 95% of the people out there don't know how to drive. If only 95%. My first act when appointed as Supreme Overlord is canceling all the driver's licenses. And I have said it only half jokingly. Everyone is then going to have to get a copy of Gran Turismo, and they're going to have to take the license tests. They're going to have to take the license tests in Gran Turismo. And in order to get a fully unlocked driver's license, meaning no restrictions and you don't have to have the learner's sticker on your car, you're going to have to pass the S rank driver's tests with golds, which I've never even done. Because those things are cruel. People don't know. Do you know how many people? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, listen. We're driving down from the mountain. When you're going up the mountain, there's already somebody going too slow. And if you're driving down the mountain, there's somebody going way too slow. We were behind a Volvo SUV. His brake lights never went off the entire way down, probably a 7-mile descent down the mountain. Now, there is a section of that road called Damnation Alley where you can go 75 miles an hour. It's like a 6% grade, and it is as straight as an arrow. This dude was doing 45, never let his foot off the brake, and then right when you get near the bottom, when you're about to exit out of the canyon, there's a long sweeping left-hander, and then it goes into a right-hander, and then you go over a bridge. So he's going around this left-hander, and you can see by the attitude of the vehicle, he goes from a moderate amount of brake to a heavy amount of brake right in the middle of the corner. Ladies and gentlemen who have operated a vehicle before, where do you not apply your brakes? We all say it together, in the middle of the corner. You brake entering the corner. You go through the corner and you accelerate out. This isn't just racetrack stuff. Your tire. Give me a tire. A tire has to do tasks. It can either accelerate and maneuver or decelerate and maneuver, but it's splitting between the two, which is why you want to brake in a straight line and accelerate in a straight line, which is why dragsters don't go on like a long arcing curve. And to make the corner better, you trail brake out of the corner. Look, we're not going to let the Volvo guy trail brake out of the corner. We just want the Volvo guy to get out of our way and or make it home safe. But as Mr. Hurley said, the number of people, he has said this elsewhere, the number of people that drive with 2 feet, they've got a foot on the accelerator and a foot on the brake at the same time, is frightfully high. They're not Hans Stuck in it, you know? They don't have one foot hitting the accelerator and the brake at the same time while he pumps the clutch. I hate the people that tap the brake because there's someone coming the other way. Yeah. Anything they see results in that tap of the brake. Look what we got. Look what we got. Okay, that front is set up perfect. You know what? That rear is set up close to perfect. That is really going to be a driver preference situation of how much do you like? Like, how vertical are you getting? How much do you want that collapse? I can't stand people who drive 1,000 miles an hour in a straight line, but slow down to 50 for any kind of a curve or driving beside an 18. It's just everybody on the road, Mr. Hurley. It's just everybody. We just need to rescind all the driver's licenses and start over. You can take them from home. They've all got the live online servers. You got to take your driver's test in an online server. I got to take this off again. We're going to do that right now because we're cognizant of it. My mom was a 2-foot driver. I got good at doing brakes on her car. Excellent. Yeah, and if you had started off driving a manual, you can't, unless you're Hans Stuck. You use 2 of the 3 pedals at a time. I've never been in such a hurry that I've felt the need to get the. I've done it before, but I've never felt the need in the real world to heel toe. Also, I have really big feet. I dislike reducing speed. It's inefficient. Why lose the energy when you're just going to have to put it back in? Yeah. Yeah, except for the people that, not the A license, the S-class license. And, his technique was, they don't need to do that anymore because they can, there's anti-lag now. So that turbo's going to keep its boost up no matter what. Oh, you mean real Class A, not Gran Turismo Class A. So above Class A will be the S license. You can always use toe. My feet are very big. My feet are indeed large. Sometimes unusably so. I live in British Columbia, and people from the plains come here for the summer and ruin driving. Left foot got bored. I need to do something with this foot. I don't know why I wasn't assembling these mechano-automatically to begin with. 82... 63. We're creeping up slowly. It's tolerable. Oh, Sunday drivers are the actual worst. We actually have those. And I was like, why? Because it is the Sunday drivers. The only place they drive is church. I didn't think those people still existed. But I have definitely learned that they do indeed. I could make this a lot easier on myself, but I choose not to. I choose punishment. Only punishment always. Had to feed cows at 7 years old solo. People who keep their foot on the third pedal keep me in business too? Yeah. I grew up with guys. I knew guys that would drive manuals because a lot of cars were still manuals at that time. And they'd be sitting at a light, like waiting, and you'd look over and one of their foot is on the brake and they have the clutch to the floor. And I'm like, brother, that means it's engaged, right? When you're at a stoplight, you put it in neutral. That's what neutral is for. You're going to learn how to change a clutch real fast. That thing doesn't, that thing doesn't like what you're doing right now. When I helped teach a friend of mine drive a manual transmission, I said the best way. I'm not saying I'm the best driver in the world, but I'm saying the way that I treat it is pretend that the clutch pedal is hot, and you want to be like, wow, on it, off of it. The brake you can hold, the gas you can hold, the clutch goes in, the clutch comes out. It's the only time. Otherwise, your foot should be nowhere near it. Put your foot on that little rubber footrest over on the side. Don't rest your foot on that one. If you're going to rest your foot on any of the three pedals, make it not be that one. Yeah, 110. Mine shows 112, but my updating is either faster or slower than yours. 112 is okay. 112 is okay. And my brain is still not catching up to what time it is or what's happening. Like, I'm here. I'm building a truck, so Friday. Obviously, it's Friday. There's no other option. Except, YouTube gave me a 1-day timeout because of a cosplay prop, so. Too many vehicles don't come with footrests next to the clutch, right? My Subaru's got one, and it's definitively a two-pedal car. Yeah, I can't see myself in the future opting for a car with a manual transmission. I drive, as Mr. Hurley recently learned, I drive like 8,000 miles a year. And a lot of those miles are under duress. I don't want to drive 4 days to Anime Expo. There's a lot of things I don't want to do. That's a full tank of gas in a weekend. Smooth brain, no like change. It's smooth for aerodynamics, not change. Yeah, I hope that whoever, whether it was an AI or a real person, I hope it gets the polluted lettuce. Put over 20K a year. Yeah, okay, so there are two cars that are essentially mine. My Subaru, which is 5 years old on August 7th. So we are like 2 weeks away. It has 43,000 miles on it. And my other vehicle is a 2005 Scion TC, which admittedly has not moved 1 inch in 2 years and will require a full day of labor in order to get it to move again, because it would need a battery, it would need the fuel tank drained, it would need all manner of things to get it going again. It has 94,000 miles on it. It's 20 years old. I don't drive a lot. I actually try to not drive a lot. That is like the exact same sag. That's the same droop, and that's the same compression. We are gold. We're not just good, we're gold. These are Punk's bumpers. Got that nice little ramp on there. It will, of course, be, where are you? We're going to cut this out later. The kid will paint it. We'll trim it up. We'll figure out where it needs to go. It's got to have, I've got to fabricate body mounts. What did you figure out on your 5-year service? I don't, like, okay, you tell me. You tell me. My car's 5 years old. It has 43,000 miles on it. They say that you need to take it in for the 5-year service. Do I even, it's scheduled for Monday at 10 a.m. Do I even take the car in? I did an oil change on it at the end of February, on the last day of February, February 28th. I changed the air filter, the oil, and the cabin filter. So that takes most of their fun away, because I found out that the actual Subaru OE filters are like, I think the most expensive filter was like $14. So I spent $75 on on 2 5-quart jugs of oil, So I have enough to do my next oil change. I just have to buy a filter, but that won't be until the end of, so March, April, May. Yeah, end of August. So August 28th, I should change it again. But I have 3 differentials on that car that they need to check. That is true. The mechanic says he wouldn't. Nothing should be wrong with it because I don't drive aggressively and I drive 8,000 miles a year. So, well, 8,500, I guess, give or take. And I hope that of all the organisms with eyes trained on this, I hope that the raccoon is paying attention. We've got the Punk's Custom twin color carbon. That will get mounted right up here because this is the one for this vehicle. So after it's fully painted, we'll get that mounted, right? That's got the red and carbon. It might need plugs, and on a Subaru, that's a huge pain. Yeah, but would they change plugs at 40,000? 40,000 seems young for plugs. Raccoon, you're not even ready. I'll tell you right now that you're not ready. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he is free to move these from whatever corner to whatever corner he wants. I'm just going to go in order. First up on the day, the passenger rear. We've got silver with a gold carbon brake rotor. Oh, come on. Tell me you're not seeing the vision now. These are geckos because despite every effort to offload those Reef Sabres onto someone, they wouldn't allow it to happen. I mounted them up on these exact wheels, and they immediately, you could just take the tire and just push the whole mounted wheel out of it. So their beads, they didn't care for it. Mounting up, passenger front. Got green with the blue brake round. No, the Sabres aren't that bad. I just can't find anything. I can't find anything that they like. I haven't found anything that the Sabre is like, and they're the pink compound too. So they're mounted up. They're going to get tested in an upcoming video. It's a vision, is it not? Moving on to the driver's side. We got to mix it up, right? Yeah, we got to go caddy corner. Driver front, purple with the red brake rotor. These are the Who Crawler. They're foams, but they're 3D printed, the Ultra Softs. I've seen the video of where Mr. Hurley goes driving and there's water there. So these should be absolutely great in that environment. Wait until the kid paints it. And lastly but not leastly, driver rear. We've got the opposite color family from the other side. We've got blue with green. Now, it is not out of the question, and it is still within my purview to replace a nut on every wheel here and there with just another color. It's a little stink buggy back there, probably due to the overall low weight. The front is perfection. Here is how we will judge it. We have no electronics installed yet. We've got an even 130 in the front, and we've got almost 150 in the rear. We're going to lay that shock down a little bit. it's a little too stink buggy. I'm thinking up one, forward one. I think because of the 95s. I could have changed out to offset ends for the rear, but I didn't know if I'd need it. Yeah, it's right there. Up one, forward one. Which we will find out during the run if that is going to make the effective rate of the spring too soft. Look, I mean, just try to take it in. Just try to take in all the colors. I often say, we have 4 cats, and I have a cat that is my favorite one. The Big Bubs. Big Bubs is my favorite one. Unfortunately, Big Bubs is a female cat, so she's not as, like, loverly as other cats. She's kind of stingy with her affections, but that's okay. Let me find a good picture of the bub. Because I often say of the bub that she is all the colors of the wind. So there is the majesticality of the big bub. She's really glaring out. The sun is hitting her. She's got that full. They told us, oh, she's actually a tortoiseshell. And I was like, what? Tortoiseshells? Is that going to? Is that gonna? Oh, I like that. Okay, so now with these laid way down, that's a lot of lay down. This guy that we put in, we could move him. We could move him up out of the way, but he hits the links, which means we can't do that full over compress in the rear. It's like a built-in physical limiter, but we do have full articulation. So that's good. That will help on ascending because it can't collapse any further. Could work. It could. You know what? It could work. Also, we're here. Are we here as a group and a collective? Let's see if we can ball pack it. See where we're even going to end up. Because it's not going to be a lot. We got to start with international units. So, roller minus 1657 on the grams. We'll just leave these in their bags. There's the speed control. There's the receiver. That takes us to a whopping 1718. Body's uncut. It will go up a little heavier. That takes us to 1791. 1823. Oh, is the raccoon? We haven't killed the raccoon, have we? If we haven't killed the raccoon, my goal is to do double body mount. I'm just going to do screw type, and we're going to do one. I'm going to build a bracket that comes up off of one of these holes, which are the holes for the carrier bearing. I'm going to build 2 A-arms that are going to hold one of these, and this is fluorescent yellow, and it has the little, well, here's a built one. It has the little guy. So one of those for the back, and then for the front, one of those as well, but neon green. So the neon green one will go right up there in the front. So we'll basically have a little bit more on there. We're at 1839. I think, correct me if I'm missing anything, but I think the only thing we're missing is maybe a front brace. Do I run a front brace? Well, the front brace is the body mount, so no, I don't. The only thing that's missing is I typically run an 850. So an 850 would be right about there. And that will take our total gross RTR weight to 1,926 grams. also known as 4¼ pounds, 4.244 pounds. You can add a little bit of paint weight, but you're going to take away a little bit because we've got to cut some, trim some, do what's necessary. There'll be a little bit of brackets, but calling it 4¼ is probably about where we're going to be. 4¼ pounds. I caught some of that. By comparison and contrastion, is that heavier or lighter? 4.00000, and then you throw this on here. 4.12. So basically the same. Basically the same. I mean, the rack would probably, yeah, 4¼ There you go. I've built it twice. So nice I built it twice. Just keep hearing his stuff hit the floor. But I mean, just savor it. Like, look at that. It's so good. It's so good. Everywhere you look, it's a different color. You notice the tricolor shocks, right? Red cups, gold bodies, oil slick caps. 4¼ He can't remember that he said it. But he said it. So now he's going to get it. And this gives us so much flexibility. We want to be back right about the 2-hole mark. We're going to try, I'm probably going to cut this off at the bottom of the doors, and then we're going to have to taper it up at the bottom as well. We can at least mark it out. Mark it out before I cut it out. We'll do this. We'll do this semi-professionally. This is the semi-professional approach. Doesn't get better than that, right? Missing a lock nut on one of the shocks. How did you see that? Oh, it's when I moved it. Also, this is a completely different type of bolt. So I will use, I've got some little bits of scrap carbon that I will use for the adapters for the rear body mount. Who saw that? Jimbo just nailed it. It was like you're missing a nut. I did move it. I did do that. This thing has got, I don't know, shock oil or something all over it. It's all just a different shade of green. That's the best part of it. Is that to Mr. Hurley, this is just one color. Okay, mine's only cut up about ½ an inch. We're gonna try to dip and dive this guy. Let's get low, get low, get low. I just got a third package from A-Main this week. I've been ordering a lot. Good. Love to hear it. I don't want to be the only person that gets 3 A-Main boxes a week. Because I also do that. I think I got 3 boxes from A-Main this week. So that puts you in some kind of company. I don't know if it's good or not. I had to stop out to Costco Total Madhouse. Is this the Hurleyquin? Yes. I have to cancel my milk carton order. Yeah, we found him. He's gonna pop in like once a year. Talk about car stuff. Well, we could, here's the thing. We could definitely go lower than that. Oh, show. It's nowhere near any kind of body strike. You know what? I'm going to do that. We're going to go leave it a little bit of, like, right there. Get that bumper centered. That's going to be my target point right there. Which means I'm probably going to... Yeah, this is the beauty of the capper width with the big offset. So we need... That upcut in the back has got to be double the depth that it is now. It didn't look like it was down that far. How close am I to my window? Oh yeah, I guess so. All right. I should have looked at window to cut on the gold one. That would have been a better indicator. Oh, I'm so right-handed. Cutting down the left side. Yeah. I love that. That's so good. Just slammed. That body is sitting perfectly level right there. Now, I put kind of a lot of curve up at the top, so the body could sit down a bit lower, and then we could just trim. Or do we just leave it like that? That's like slider right at the bottom. Let me see if I can get it straight. Now, where does that sit in comparison to this guy? I think I'm lower. I think I'm even lower. Because this gap, look at this gap. I think, oh, I notched it. That's why it sits lower. So on that guy, I wouldn't notch it. I would just lop it off. Do we go lower? Shock tower's resting on the hood. That means we got another ½ inch or so. I'm gonna put the Cheeto away so that I can trim that body a little bit. Oh, he looks so good from a distance. It's so many colors. It's all the colors of the wind. Oh, it's amazing. or cut windows in the hood for the shock towers to stick out of. Low, 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 low. It looks like a melting ice cream sandwich. That's awesome. That's the best possible description of the Hurleyquin is melting ice cream sandwich, because I'm going to get... Oh, that's it. Who said it? Who said it? Mr. Schmidt, I am going to instruct the kid to paint this brown on the top, brown on the bottom with the trickles coming down. It's going to be a melting ice cream sandwich. We're absolutely going to do a melt with like the 3 color bars of ice cream inside. Neapolitan ice cream sandwich body is now my dream. And he wonders why he can't hear. Okay, that's got us down below the slider. And now the grill, I would not want to go any lower than that. I would not want to go any lower than that. This is slammed. Because we need, you know what? We need like 1/8 of an inch off the front of this grill. And then that thing will be perfectly level up front. I will either take a Dremel to the ends of the sliders to tuck them in, knowing the body is going to be painted like ice cream and it's going to Mr. Hurley. I'm back on board. So, like, that's, I mean, when it's sitting down, is this guy, does he have enough cable? I think this is camera 3. What are we doing? Absolutely slammed. Well, that's camera at the top, too. There's the tire wall. There's you. Yep. Hey, Zimmer with the 5. It's like a pug. There's a certain level of ugly required before it's cute again. Yeah. Lower, he says. If we get lower, we're going to have to... Okay. We could go like a 1/4 inch lower. And I don't think it would look weird yet. I think we can go. Okay, I'm going to go loud for a minute. It's going to get a tiny bit lower. I hit it too fast. Melted it. I think me and the wife are going to watch a movie tonight. Not at the movies. We don't go to the movies. That's much less on a Saturday. That's for young people. Extreme heat warning. 8263. Creeping up. Creeping up. This grill cut down just a little bit more. There's an amount that you want to cut that grill down to before you want to stop. That's... It's really level. It honestly looks like the front could go down a little bit more. I think the front could go down a little bit more. Just a hair. I'm being threatened with bodily harm to go to Costco. Ugh! Good luck and Godspeed, my friend. Costco on an incinerator of a Saturday sounds terrible. You're not catching me at the Costco today. Look at that grill. Like a tooth at this point. I don't think we want to go lower. I mean, it's sliggity slammed. I'm going to have to cut the bottom quarter-inch off down here. This is why the anvil is so great. What dudes will take is they'll get like cliffhangers and stuff, and they'll just carve them up to get them to sit this low. I mean, as it sits right now, the bottom of the quarter is 55 millimeters off the ground. This guy's got 45 at the skid and a breakover angle of just absurdity. Under the rear links is 77 millimeters right under the drive shaft. That's crazy. Now, I just want to do a single. I'm going to slap one on and see if it'll work. We can do this. It needs a couple of ferro rods on the skid so Mr. Hurley can start fires. Hell yeah. I'm going to go one from all the way forward. We're going to choose this arbitrarily and see how we feel about it. And then I think it's this, and you tighten this set screw down, and that's what stops it from rotating. Now, I might have to replace it with a longer set screw, because I think the hood is going to be above it. That's perfectly right through the middle. Yeah, longer, a little bit longer of a set screw. That's the biz. The whiz biz. Oh, come on. Come on! I don't know. I don't even know if it's going to need a longer one. And why did the raccoon get banned this time? Did he ask for it? Did I miss it? Drill a hole in the headlight for a smoke. It does need a cigarette. Right there. It's right through that little rib in the hood, which is like the strongest spot. So I will probably make some sort of retained spacer if one is needed. I also have 4mm set screws. So we'll see if this thing even needs a spacer. Hole too small. I'm good enough at cosplay props to get banned by YouTube for a day. Okay, we got a shock that has a bladder pinched. It is this one. It is actually pouring oil out of the bottom of it. That's the beauty of building these things. Sometimes you can't tell. I tightened that cap down too much, and I definitely pinched the bladder. Ugh. Poor little man. Poor little man. This is, and you don't know. You don't know till you try to run him upside down. Then you find out that you pinched the bladder. Baseball hat, baseball bat. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. God, I mean, everybody just have a moment of silence for Mr. Truitt having to go to a Costco on a Saturday afternoon when it's probably 107 degrees outside. The bladder is probably inside the shock body. It leaked out a fair amount. It doesn't look that pinched. Oh, but it is. It's got a crease in it. Need a little bit more. 300. I mean, if it could blow smoke rings, that would be the absolute best. But I don't know how one would facilitate that. Yeah, there's a bunch of oil inside the cap. Would you just please thank you. Gotta get the oil out of this cap. I just fresh built these too. You cannot win them all. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go down. We're gonna hope that it doesn't pinch again. It pinched again. You no good nothing. It's got to be this cap. There's oil everywhere. I can't set the body until this cap is on. Okay, we're just going to go. We're going to do it the wrong way. We're going to do it the wrong way. As long as it holds its oil, we'll be good. Boy, when that thing pinches the bladder, like half the oil comes out. I literally felt the bladder eject up into the cap that time. Oh yeah. There's always one. There's always one. The whole bladder, there it is. Just injected it. I don't know. This shock body is just unfriendly. That was most of the oil out on that. See, this is what I got out of the way yesterday, so I wouldn't have to do it. And here we are again, reseating a shock over and over again. Luckily, it doesn't happen every time. Okay, slow, slow. Air bubbles popping out, slow. I think I got it. I think we got it. Got it. Let's clean the oil off the axle. You never know which one it's going to be. Which one is going to go evil. I don't see any bubbles. This is not a guarantee that this thing is going to show up and there won't be a puddle of oil under this shock. To which my advice will be, go on Amazon, get a set of 92 mods, take the springs off of these and put them on those. might have gotten the, I think I had a 20 and an 18. Let me guess. No, we're good. We're good. I didn't ruin it. Okay, what's that lock? Extra bits everywhere. It seems fine. It seems fine. Too many chucks? Yeah, we only got surplus of chucks. Is there anywhere it can make sure it has an accent like Mr. Hurley? Well, it already doesn't know what colors are, so that helps. Still, could be undersized. Could be undersized. Putting in a 4mm bolt, you need a 5mm hole. Okay, whatever length that is. Well, if I've got a 15, we are all the way in business. Hey, hey. This could happen. This could happen. Now see, Mr. Hess says he doesn't have an accent. But Mr. Hurley says he doesn't have an accent, and we've heard it. So, how does someone prove that they don't have an accent? Of course, we have to go. Who said don't put more green on it? Get that lime on there. You know what? You know what? Did we just pintle mount a body? Because it's sitting flat, right on that, nice and flat. And then we've got it down in the notches right there. Are we hitting it? Oh. We actually have to go all the way across on that. It doesn't. We're still going to do the back. We're going to do the back. Because with the back, I don't think this body's going to move at all. I was a little concerned about 2-point. Can we make the screw cap a cherry for the ice cream sandwich? Oh, that'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I got to do some carbon. I've lost the yellow guy. It's here. It's in the building. I've got a bunch of holes. I'll use those two. Holes number 2 and 3. Little bracket comes up. I can space it perfectly. I'll actually mount probably right here under the window. This guy will be right there. And you won't even need to use it. Because you'll insert it. It'll go over the peg and then down. And then once this is on, it's not going to go anywhere. Anybody saying should be lower, we are plenty low enough. We already have to cut a bunch of this off. This thing's going to be dragging Lexan all day long. This needs to go like this. I do a scientific technique called close one eye and then try to scribble it with one hand. One eye compromises the depth perception just a little bit. And then the same thing right here. Okay. And now we cut. Oh yeah, the sides, yeah. Because pong, because of the amount of breakover this is going to have, the Lexan noises would be terrible. It would just be cranking plastic against the ground. Yeah, that's why it didn't look like I needed to go as deep from the other one, because I had to cut so much off the bottom. I didn't know I was cutting 3/4 of an inch off of the body. Okay, around the bend. Round it off a little. Come up the front. Kind of taper it into that so it looks a little more natural. I'm going to leave this little center under the door. I'm going to leave that. It could be stood to be cut off. I'm going to step on all these little bear traps. Wah! Don't step on those. They suck. Come up the side just like that. And I think I took a little more flare off on this side than I did on the other. I did. But not too much. Right through there. Any amount of symmetry is acceptable. Yeah. All right. Like I say, and like I've said, I like to take the absolute minimal amount of material off. All right. See? If we went lower, we'd have to take so much out. This is fine. Still got to Dremel it up a little bit for clearance. I've got to fabricate the adapter, which will also, which will just hold that right like it ought to be. Little Dremel across this to smooth this angle out, get it a little smoother. Solder up the ESC. Mount the electronics, and we're in business. We are in business. We're in business. Is it even a body if you have more than half of it left? We cut off. This is about what we've cut off of the. There's one more flat piece that we cut off, but that's it. That's all that we remove. Because that's how little of an anvil there is. Yeah. Just wait until it looks like an ice cream sandwich. Ice cream paint job. What do you see in motor? It's the Secure Combo 1800 kV, which is what I run, I'm pretty sure. I've got the Rhino 1900, but effectively the same. I like to trick myself. But I have the same controller. Yeah. 70 amp. No, I got an old Rhino 40 in mine. That's why it's direct power. Got an old Rhino 40. No, this is gonna be fantastic. If it were me, I'd be looking forward to it. I just found the body mount that I was looking for. There's that one. There's that one. Yeah, right there in the back. Bosch. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. I am. Oh, maybe a drink of water. Radio Link. Mr. Hurley is of the Radio Link crowd like I am, so when it's set up, it'll be set up on this RC4GS. He has, I think, 2 RC4GSs, so you know what? Do I have, if I've got one, he's getting it. I do. He's getting my last R4 FGM, because here is your standard R6F receiver, right? Normal stuff. And then this is an R4 FGM. So, I thought I was out, but I have one. Okay. Note to self. At some point, write on whiteboard, buy more FGMs. I need more of the little caseless receivers. They have a smaller antenna too. Buy him a pink RC8P. How hot is the shed? 8363. It feels like, it feels oppressive. Like I feel it pressing down on me. If I'm out of the direct blast path of the fans, it's like someone throwing a hot wet blanket right over you. They do have a pink RC8P indeed. Yes. Black, white, pink, and green are the 4 colors. Is that a spacer? It is. That's the weirdo. I'm just like, because I also recorded this morning, they need a brown RC8P. I think brown would be a terrible choice, because you would lose that thing in the forest. The first time you dropped it, I'm like, where'd the radio go? I can actually understand the pink one. The pink one makes sense. I'm fully on board with Mias and their bright, hot orange radios. Good. Why black? Why does everything have to be black? Because then you set the radio down in the sun and it just gets hot. But I don't want white, because that'll get dirty. The screw that came with that rear axle is an M3 by 32. Not a 30, not a 35, a 32. Where's my box? I'm building a bin of... I'm too lazy to put this away right now. Oh, here's a question for the masses. I'll do it the easier way. One of those rod ends had a bunch of shock oil on it. Yeah, banana yellow. On board. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay, I'm going to click start poll here in a second. We've got the PC3D roofie rack, which is going on here, right? Okay, follow along with me. Okay. Oh man, I thought I'd put all the screws away. Okay, I don't know. Should it be like this, with the logo facing forward? Or should it be like this, with the logo facing back to the person? I assume what you do is you put a stud on it and then your winch hook goes to it, right? Right? So, doop. Like this, so facing back, or like this, facing front. Logo facing front, logo facing back. Logo facing front, Logo facing back. Oh, of course. Welcome to the internet. It's 50-50. Every time I look at it, it goes facing front, facing back, facing front, facing back. Welcome to the internet. Don't expect an answer. I'm just going to take this opportunity to put some screws away. Because I'm afraid, I'm genuinely afeared of looking over at those poll results. I'm going to find out that it's straight down the middle 50-50. And it won't surprise me if it is. It is, yeah. It's 50-50. I feel like there's collusion. Am I allowed to vote? Of course you're allowed to vote. Your vote bears no more weight than anybody else's, though, so how much it helps you is TBD. Oh, that fan. That fan is good. Oh, there's the other piece. So, there's how much we've cut off. Oh, 53. I got to go back through the Punks builds and look at what transmissions you prefer with that setup. For straight axles, OD3, easy, because then that gives you a ton. Like, if you determine that whatever your tire combo, whatever you go with, if you determine you want a bunch of underdrive, overdrive, start with an 833 in the back to get you to 28. If you feel crazy, you can go to an 827 in the front for 38. You can go all the way to 48. Also, if you feel like your wheel speed's a little bit low, you can drop an 827 or an 824 in the front. I've always found the 824 meshing to be a little crunchy. If you're running portals, Nod 2 or some variant of that. You can do the ultralight portal gearbox. Basically, no matter what you opt for, it's going to cost about the same amount of money. They're basically all $30 to $40 gearboxes, depending. Like, this one was cheaper because I guess nobody wants the shiny purple one. I was actively seeking out the shiny purple one, so it definitely worked out for me. Yeah, logo facing front at 53% is absolutely criminal. The roof rack needs an actuator to unturtle the rig. See, that's what I'm talking about. A servo so that it goes reep, reep. Just an auto flipper. Don't tempt me. I want an auto flipper. Why does it sound like I hear like a riding mower? That's the exhaust on somebody's Honda. There's like a Honda Civic out there. I swear to God, that thing sounds exactly like my Husky. That thing sounds exactly like my riding mower. That's how you know you've achieved peak Honda. When you're, what punch rails are these? Anarchist. Forward mount stuff is the only way then. I see they support a 3-gear trans, but I feel a Stealth X would be too high of a choice. You know what? Honestly? Let me see. I just did the full dog spin. With an Anarchist, with an Anvil, the only potential issue I could see you having with a Stealth X would be that it was too far forward and it would hit the windshield. So the problem of it isn't with the chassis. The problem of it would be with the body. Now, do I have a Stealth X in the drawer? I do. How tall is it? Yeah, Stealth X would fit easy. Vertically, it would fit no problem under the bottom. Will it be too, because like, look where the gearbox is, it's like right under the windshield. Now, I think you might be able to pop an Elite in there, even with BTA. Ooh. Yay. You're 2 millimeters too close. So if you want to run an Elite in one of these, I would recommend servo and axle instead of BTA. But that's it. It'd fit otherwise. The bracket behind the servo, see how far it comes back? The end of an Elite would be right in the middle of where the screws are. What's up, y'all? God bless us with the show on Saturday. I guess I missed the memo. It was because YouTube shut me down. I was on a 24-hour timeout that they didn't announce or email me or tell me about. So when I went to go to start the live stream, it just wouldn't work. Elite kind of heavy still? Not really. Not really. Not really. Okay. Well, okay. All right. Look. Right. Listen. Right? Okay. Hey. All right. Lightweight always guy. As you're a lightweight always guy, where does heavy start? Where does heavy start? Because I haven't actually weighed one. Okay, this is an Elite with no cut down. Like, if I was putting it in this and I was committing an Elite to it, I would certainly cut that motor lead down. That thing is half the length of the rig. But with no cut down, this Elite is 200 grams dead. I mean, 200 grams for the whole deal. Oh, wait, I should have one. Okay, we got this guy. And I should have another loose 1800. I do. Okay, secure combo. Half. All right, I see where you're coming from. All right, yeah. This is exactly 100 grams. 100 grams, 200 grams. Some small, though. This guy would definitely run that servo better. There's way more BEC power in that than there is in this. That's why I typically mix these with direct powers. But regardless of how much assistance there was, you know, Punk's helping us out, people in the chat helping us out, we still have to. There is a budget. We've got a budget a little. What was I in the midst of doing? Oh, we can make it move. Everybody move, body move. Yeah, minimal fabrication required. There'll be a green one back here, right like that. I'm going to put it up. I'm going to drill the hole before I even do any of it. I'm going to drill the hole right up there. I want this to sit right like that, right under the window. A little buttony guy right there. Bish bosh. So, because you have a 50-50 chance of stuff coming wired, this one did. That should be B. U. And we'll find out if A and C are A and C, or if we need to go C to A, like that. And then this goes to Chanel 2. Likes to be inside. I like the rack pointed to the front like a sprint car spoiler for no reason. Put the ice cream spoiler on. Like, we need just up on, just like that. Just up on one side with some struts going down to it on the other side. Just full sprint car wing. All right. Now, we don't want to tangle. We don't want to tangle. Don't tear anything out. We just want to make it move. It really does sound like a lawnmower. That dude is driving a lawnmower. Straight up. What did I do with the other speed control? Oh, it was this one. You didn't do anything with it. You had 2 motors and 1 ESC. Thanks. I'm trying to keep up to speed. Did you tell Punks you're building it for a vet? I did. I said it's a guy that got blowed up. I can't remember. Let me see. I can't remember what my exact wording was. I was like, this dude's a troublemaker. Yeah, I was talking about you to other people. Scrolling. Okay. Hey, I need to put in another order, but I got some questions about mixing and matching. I need to get another Anarchist chassis with a skid for OD3. And the large sliders. Easier to fit the gearbox on there. I'm building it as a copy of my Golden Anarchist to give to one of my channel members, a guy named Chuck Hurley from Virginia. Not to go too much into depth, but he's a veteran that did a couple of tours in the Middle East, or somewhere, is how I phrased it, as Army infantry got blown up by an IED at some point, and as is now, well, he's kind of a mess. I'm in no position to adopt a veteran, but I do whatever I can, if I can, but whenever I can do something for Mr. Hurley, I try to do it. So the main question is, can I get mixed colors? I'd like to do wheels as well, and if possible, different colors. When Mr. Hurley got blued up, he basically lost the ability to differentiate color, at least as any of us have the ability to. So any good deed should have a streak of prankiness in it, as far as I'm concerned. If I could set him up with 4 different wheel faces, that'd be great. I'm going to mix the colors on the shocks, too. And did they or did they not come through with that? Pink rail, gold rail, blue wheel, green rotor, purple wheel, red rotor, silver wheel, gold rotor, green wheel, blue rotor. We've got 2 different colors of body mounts. We're going to paint the body with the official ice cream paint job. How could it be better? How could we do any better than we've already done? Beep-doop. Now we gotta wait for the beep-doop. I have to remember not to obscure the LED. Where are you? There you are. I've held this down too long and turned the gyro on. Can I do it with my fingernail? It's microscopic. There we go. We sinking. At least we should be. You know what? You know what we did? We absolutely took a risk. Because I plugged this in, didn't pay attention to that servo at all. It could have been 180 degrees off. Not only is it not 180 degrees off, why are we not putting her to work? She hasn't done anything all day. Just lazing about. There we go. What was I doing? Oh, Susan. That servo is dead centered. Look at that. That needs to be reversed. Is this one of those perfect scenarios? That's like full locked. We could use a little more throw, but I'm wondering if it's this. Give it a little tweak like that. There we go. Nice. I mean, we've done nothing. Now, this well and truly might need an 833 in the back axle. But we can't, we can't do everything. We got to leave something for him to do once he has a hold of it. Just gonna set up P-Mix here. There's no danger, right? What's the matter? I thought you liked danger. You should, if you haven't, the Charlize Theron Edgerton in the Outback. It's not bad. It's a fun time. What's the matter? Oh, you like danger. Getting late in Germany. Germany? It's like the middle of the night over there. That's a little bit below where it's happy. There you go. So, 16% on the throttle input. Well, I'm setting up the radio like it's coming with it because you need to know steering is reversed, et cetera, et cetera. And then other than that, you just pair it. You set up your cruise if your radio has it, and then you're off to the races. Yeah, we're not giving him another radio. We already gave him a radio. I do now officially love that the poll is 50-50. Because we're just, you know what? We're just going to call it. Perfect. It's just gonna be a tie break. I'm gonna let my kid tie break it. After they paint the body, I'm just literally gonna go to them and I go like that or like that, and whatever they say, that's how it's getting screwed on there. So there you have it. Did we build it? I feel like we did. One more loud thing. Bear with me. I think I am going to trim the sliders down just a little bit on the edges so that they don't push the body out. And I'm going to see, because the body's got a little bit of a taper. It's got a lot of bit of a taper at the door. So I'm going to taper these down so that it sits a little fresh. And there's your guy, the Hurleyquin, in like 90% complete. I'm watching the rear geometry under load. You know? I might actually stand the front up one hole. Just tipped one hole forward. We're getting a little bit past level on the front link, and when you get a little bit past level in the front, you tend to kind of fish hook the front of your skid like all the time. The rear looks outstanding. I don't know if I can get this guy down low enough. Pardon my reach. There we go. Oh yeah, come on. Come on. Who was saying that the body wasn't low enough? Like, slam. But you see what I'm saying? That link is a little past. So we want to, just like that. I think one hole up is probably there. The springing should be, look how gigantic those 475s look. They look massive. The top of the tire in the front is well above the chassis rail. I think the shock towers, the towers sit about 5 millimeters higher than the top of the tire. So there's no weight high on this. Rotating mass is absurdly low. It should have all of that scrub radius because we went big wide axle, real low offset. That's the one thing that I did not, that I didn't even mention. Flyweight must be 4.5 pounds. Is there like a low end limit? What is like you have to weigh at least 4.5? Is there a 4.5 pound weight limit? Because we're at 4.25, as sits right here. If all of this stuff, if his organs were inside of him, it would be 4.25. I wanted to make a 4S 2-in-1 motor at like 900 kV with an output shaft on both ends. Wouldn't that be amazing? So, what was I going to say? It's gone now. Oh! Track width. Bleep. Flop. Where did we come out? 255? $255 wide on Capras is pretty skinny. And see, guys, when all that Red Cat paperwork came out and they were talking about 58-degree steering angle, well, they measured it like wrong, right? They measured the 58 from the wrong axis, right? I go from the axle tube, so this is the axle tube, right? Here is your wheel. Where that stops, this angle is the steer angle, the angle of the tire. That's the steer angle, right? I mean, this is factory, no removal, no nothing. That's just at the stops. You can see the whole inside of the tire. It's definitely got some steering, and it's going to have 2 polished out spots on the shocks and where the tires keep coming in and buffing them. I think the geckos are going to be phenomenal on this, especially with these hook crawlers. It might act a little firm until it breaks in a little bit. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like on the rocks outside. Yeah, that was just enough on the body. Now we can get full. What's not to like? I like these bumpers. These bumpers take a lot of the thought out of it. Just trim up the grill and just set it down right on top of it. All right. I will fabricate a rear mount. I will get the electronics mounted. I will turn the kid loose on painting it, which means I got to do silver on the outside, move the masks, white on the outside, because it's got to be white on the outside if you're going to do ice cream paint job. Should do it red on the inside. Murder on the inside, ice cream on the outside. You know what? It's going to be great. I was looking forward to building this. I was so looking forward to building this that we're live streaming on a Saturday. I should be sitting down, staring at the internet, falling asleep in my chair intermittently. But I prepped. It was several hours of prep on Thursday to get this thing prepped to get built. Why do you think it went together so fast? That was like, what? Under 2 hours to get it built. We fitted a body and we made it move under 3 hours. That's not the ordinary procedure. Ordinarily, these things take a lot longer just to get it put together, much less to get it to move. Remember when we mentioned these a little while back? These have shown up. The interpretation of a DX44. Very interesting. We're going to find out. Someone was kind enough to send it in. We're going to find out if you can clamp the actual DX44 center into these. We're going to find out if it was that close. Too bad you don't airbrush. You could infuse it with real vanilla bean. Ice cream paint job. I've been looking forward to this. Right? It has a spot in visitor garage currently. There's currently enough room over there to set it down for a while. It will I can't imagine this leaving before August. I mean, we're less than a week away from August. This is definitely going to head Virginia way probably first week in August. I will say within, okay, so let's just say within 2 weeks. It'll be on its way within 2 weeks. Pretty much basically as configured. We'll make whatever changes are necessary, and I will fabricate whatever parts are necessary. I'm thinking Neapolitan stripes with the like brown at the bottom and brown on the roof with it's got to have some like drips on it. I don't know, the kid feels like they're developing into more artistically minded than I am. Sprinkles. It's gotta have jimmies on it. The Ghost Ride, okay, so I filmed the videos that upload, like, I'm already into the first week of August. So the Ghost Ride in this would probably be 30, and then 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like the 6th? Like August 6th, I think is probably where you can expect. Maybe August 4th, maybe. But it will be in August. This month is not just full. But as I said, why we're wrapping this up a little bit early relative to usual, we're going to get about 3 hours and some in, is because I'm so tired. There's a video at 4 o'clock and a video at 5 o'clock. Live stream plus 2 videos. And yesterday was supposed to be a live stream and a video, but here we are. Tomorrow, 2 videos. Like, this guy is going up. Crawlympics should be, not Crawlympics, the Invitational should be wrapped up by the time this guy, you see this guy. We should only get to about 13 episodes of the Invitational, I think, is where we'll end at. Episode Cabs Invitational, 13 episodes. Half of 26, that works out for me. We will then work on absolutely finalizing the scoring. We will go into the process of building the next Crawler Canyon 1.5, and we might kind of overlap because what needs to be happening is all the stuff in the box that I'm gesturing at with my finger. We need to convert Dusty into the Zoku FFC1 so he has a flat skid. But I haven't been urgently doing it then because there are no Class 1 tires to be tested right now. I have a set of tires on the way, and I think I have one set on the bench waiting to be tested. But for the most part, all of the new release tires I've gotten to and I have tested. So, with the Invitational wrapping up, that will free up some slots before Cabs Invitational starts up, which will be the 1.5 crew. And we need to convert Dusty and build another one, which will be 10 Pro based. That in 10 Pro on 10 Pro axles. So basically 10 Pro 1.5. Because we'll see. Does it translate? Low profile Rainbird, basically. There's also all of the repairs, modifications, and remediations going on to those who have been eliminated from cabs. That is some of the content. Some is being recorded, some isn't. One is being recorded at length. I'll let you all, because you're all here, I'll let you all in on a. I'm gonna go swap a spot right now. I'm gonna pull this up like this so it's kind of out of the way. How about right up in there like that? Let's remember that we did that, shall we? Yeah, I got to do all the wire management. I got to do the soldering. I got to do all that stuff. So the wife Blue Line TRX 4 Sport would perform. Ooh, you might get triple digits. There's no such thing as a C channel that has enough breakover to handle that course. So the wife doesn't know, and I'm amazed. She came back from the gym, and she didn't appear out here, so she doesn't know. So why does Destiny need a flat skid? So Dusty is the Class 1 tire test guy. Like, because of just the amount of angle the Gold Rush has on it, he power shovels that skid into everything. He's going to have, and it's not just his shocks need rebuilt as well. It's not just as straightforward of an operation either, because I have his electronics tray. I made a little electronics tray that goes here. He has some work that needed to be done to him. It's just hanging up constantly. There are moments where I can tell the tire is not doing what I want it to do because he's just whacked that skid, and we would have to raise him up to like, that's his full droop. And he sits right there. There's no way we can put him up higher. Are you going to review the Mias 2.2 Super Bouncers? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, no, I did the Super Crawlers. I don't know. I never even think about it. Are they on Amazon? Okay, flat as in smooth. No angle. No. In Class 1 rules, in the proper rules, you have to have a flat skid. That is not mandated in 1.5. But he is also a working man. Yeah, these shocks need... These shocks need refilled. They're not fully blown, but they're not doing great. He hasn't undergone a full baseline style service. And then I've got to do all the thing where I need to refit a body to fit exactly the same. Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing. If the Tutu Super Bouncers are on Amazon, I can add them to the whiteboard and try to remember to test them. So tomorrow is Sunday. I'm kind of keeping my brain and clicking along with it. Tomorrow is Sunday, which is when Wheelin' Wednesdays are filmed. Wednesdays are born of Sundays. And the wife will be driving this. We've got her in there in the driver's seat. And she's got a Cobra dude in the passenger seat. And I will be driving this, which is Son of Old Blue for now. And I got Duke, and I've got Baroness Passenger, right? And I would say that if you are going to do a build with the IR6010, the absolute win is Super 7's Ultimates G.I. Joe figures. Because I didn't have to decapitate anybody. I didn't have to ruin any figures. The Baroness figure comes with either 4 or 5 different heads. So that's one of the heads. That's one of the heads. The actual Baroness with her body is in the wife's classic. There's still another head. This guy only came with 2 heads. So I'd have to use him as he is. The Duke came with 3 heads. So then you get the full body plus 2 heads. Because a lot of times when we're doing these interiors, it's just heads. And if you can't tell, if you couldn't judge, there's a thing I can't abide. And the thing I can't abide are little faceless, joyless helmets. I think there might even be more. I also have a Rowdy Piper head. But that needs to be a vehicle that's a little bigger than these. That would be a giant bobbly head in there. And I got a Bob Ross, too. Sometimes it's tough to buy an action figure on Amazon for 10, 15, 20 bucks, cut their heads off, and throw them away because all you wanted is the head. And she was 20, Duke was 20, and that one was 20. And that brings me down on something like $7 a rig to put a head in it. So put those helmets in a net on the bed. Hell yeah. Wait until you see this color out in the sun. It looks very different, I think, in person than it does, because these are 6,500K lights in here. I also I got him some new wheels. I think those look pretty good. And spoiler of an upcoming video, watch this. If anyone has an IR60, you know that the magnets just want to slide off of each other. I think the video is right before Wheelin' Wednesday on Wednesday. So for all the masses, they will find out on Wednesday. If you're curious at all, tooth. I drill a 6mm hole in the bumper mount. I make this little plate that bolts to there, and I screw a body post to it. And then when you put it down, it falls right through the hole. And because it's a body post, you can put a body clip on it so that they don't fall apart. Why am I saying what like what? Wednesday? It's just Wednesday. We go wheeling on Wednesday. I feel like that's a hack. Like I feel like I did a good on there. And I could do an even more good, I think, by finding a spring and slipping a spring over it and putting a clip on it, because then that would stop its ability to rattle up and down. I went red with my R16 and just drilled through, and captive nut magnets didn't hold enough. Now see, here's the thing. I did everything I could mentally to not drill a hole in the hood. So we got a body post that sticks down through the mount in the front. If I can get my ham hands up here and put a clip in it. So now we got a clip. There's a clip right through there. It can detach that far. And further, additionally, Latimals, I think the biggest part of the problem with people breaking the rear hinge, based on this thing in testing and light use, I think I know why people were snapping the rear hinge. Because when the magnets would slide side to side, the rear hinge is just this little beep, beep, that's like 4 millimeters wide on either side. So as soon as that body starts to slide, it just goes snap and just tears them off. So we will find out. We will definitely find that out as these things hit the rocks and the courses out there. This one is definitely matte enough that it's not going to be blinding me. This should be okay. This should be all right. Oh, and he's not here today because he wouldn't expect us on a Saturday. At least I haven't seen the man from far away England who suggested the cut a piece of plastic, stick it in there, and then just put headlight stickers over it. These are the headlight stickers for a cliffhanger. These are the cliffhanger regular. These are the cliffhanger for transparent light buckets. I kind of like them both. I think these both came out great. I broke the windshield wipers on both. So there is your sneak peek for the you select few who have shown up in time for a... Have we done one Saturday live stream before? Did we do a Saturday live stream before? I genuinely can't remember. But here we are. We're ready to go. These will be who you will see for the first time. This is the team. This is whatever we're going to name this team for Wheeling Wednesday use. Like there was one. I feel like we did one on a Saturday once before. No, Anime Expo's Friday. I went Thursday and Saturday, and the Anime Expo live stream was on Saturday. But I think we did one of these on a Saturday, and then I did it again. I'm trying to Midwest goodbye us into a full. I left my wipers and mirrors off. The mirrors are great. You just pull them in real slow, and then they seat, and they have such a huge tab. Oh, I clipped that one. They have such a huge tab on the inside that these are no worry. I also tightened mine down a lot, so it'll kind of hold itself open. And that is a 2200 midships. Nice. That is Spaztics Anvil Gray. I was not going to go all in depth on those. And they send you these white. All of it's white. And then I looked at the back of that and I was like, oh my God, they are all molded white. They are all molded white. You would think that they would just get those molded in black at the same time as get the grill mold. Thank God the grill's not molded in white. Yeah, I get a couple of years out of a pair, and then they kind of start to wear out. Hemostats. Yeah, gray interior there, black interior there. And I did mine matte. And I think in one of the upcoming weeks, look at how shiny. I'm going to pull that interior out and matte it as well. I certainly don't recall a Saturday live stream, and I've been in every one. Then maybe I didn't. Yeah, a little Team Hilux, a little bit. A little bit of Team Hilux. So there's your crew. Trail gear, F10Ps. The F10Ps were a lot easier to work with. The trail gear fought me a little, but I think objectively, I think the trail gear looked better. These look amazing. Look at that. Look at that guy. So good. So, we're ready. I've got batteries charged. I've got spare batteries charged. Got all the extra 22s. I will come out here tonight and I will get everything prepped so that we can get out of here first thing in the morning. Be out at like 7 a.m. Get out and take these guys to some mixed use stuff. And they are our only set, other than the buggies, where the spur and pinion are just out in the open. We will see how that goes. Hey. Because you know how and they're both fitted with rockets. Yeah, I guess we didn't do, like, this is the same thing. I thought Samuel L. Jackson was in the Corps, and I thought we had done a Saturday live stream before, but it would not surprise me if both of those things are false. Oh, cold water. Oh, cold water helps. Woo! These are Injora IR6010 hard bodies. Underneath this one is an Injora INC10. They're 10 scale chassis, so this is like all Injora. And then I wanted to do a second one. July 5th, 2025 was a Saturday. So it was because of Anime Expo. This one is a 10 Pro, sort of. This one is a 10 Pro with a Creeper T transfer case and the FMM from Mias Gold Rush. And they have TRX4 shocks on both of them. They're both set up for chassis mounted steering. F10s on here. Axial AR45 trail gears on there. So they're basically the same thing. How close did I get on the stance? Identical. They have identical track width. How about like hood height? Identical. There is a. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. Let me get these. Let me get these oriented. Look at if you give an idiot an infinite amount of time and minimal oversight, like, could we get them to sit any more the same? Blurple and blue. I mean, it's pretty. Where am I going? Bro. Bud. Mr. Hurley, bro. I started at 6:15 this morning. I am now into my 10th hour. We're just past 9 hours. I took a 20-minute break to eat a salad. That's it. I've been out here. I recorded. I have to take the cards out of the cameras. I have to go inside and edit. Because if I don't edit them today, then the next thing you know, Wheelin' Wednesday is there for the edit. Woof. It's also 8461 is where we're sitting at right now. And if I remember my heat index from yesterday, that would make it about 91 degrees. Oh, no, bring it on. I don't really mean it, but I do mean bring it on. I had asked myself the question, if and when I get cyclosporiasis, how long would I wait before I went to the doctor? And the answer is not measured in time. The answer is measured in how much weight have I lost. 20 pounds? 20 pounds. They can all have their GLP-1s. I'm going to get my lettuce disease. It's just nature's Wegovy, right? I'm going to drop 20. And then I'll be like, I can't stop pooping. So, we're going to spin us out. Thanks so much for taking time out on your Saturday, on your Sábado. Thank you for joining me on a Sábado. Me and the wife will be out on the course on Domingo. Ha! Yeah, the dehydration. Just pounding Gatorades. Just pounding Gatorades. Thanks so much, everybody. You know what we did? We did it. We built the Hurleyquin. 95% done. I will finish it. I'll get it out. I will record it. Maybe we'll do something stupid, like run it head-to-head against a Vertex. Vertex versus Hurleyquin. That's an unfair battle right there. It's a long day. By the time I'm done editing, it'll be a 12-hour day. It'll be a 12-hour Saturday. And then me and the wife will sit down and watch a movie, and I'll fall asleep on the couch. Thanks, everybody. I look forward to seeing you, one and all, in the next one. No more cosplay props and live streams. We're back to Friday next week.